Hello and welcome to the UnDateable Me podcast. I am your host, the undateable Jimmy Lee Lard, the Sock Snob. And we have another episode of our weekly show that deals with the struggles of relationships and dating, but not just the problems. Listen, we're on a journey to find solutions, and we're going to do it in a very entertaining and vulnerable way. I am back once again with my girl, Holly DaBeamer. Yes. So, in today's episode, I am telling a lot of my business, y'all. If y'all came to be nosy, this is the one to be at. So we're going to be talking about the times I've been ghosted and the times I've had to ghost people. Let's go.
I see you hanging around, but I don't have much to say to you. Don't know what you're waiting for. Guess you think I'm playing with you. Ever since you walked out my door, I changed the lights on me. There ain't nobody getting me. I'm doing fine by myself.
All right, we are all set and ready to go. Like I said, today we are talking about ghosting. What is ghosting? Ghosting, according to AI and Google and all the other people, is the act of suddenly ending communication with someone without explanation. So today we want to know, A, is it healthy? Is it hurtful? Is it disrespectful? Or is it kind? You know, sometimes people are like, hey, I don't want to know about myself type thing. So we're going to be talking about all of those things. So.
Cutting that bitch off.
Holly. I should mention that I am back with Holly once again. Did I say that already? I'm getting old, y'all. Anyway, so welcome back, Holly. And my first question to you is, have you ever been ghosted?
I haven't been ghosted, but I've ghosted somebody.
Now, that was going to be my next question. Have you ghosted somebody? All right. Tell us about it. Who did you ghost? Jordan, close your ears out there in engineering land.
Right. I think it's different from men and women. I think more women ghost men than men ghost women. Unless they just want to fucking get on.
Okay.
Like the one night stands, maybe that's considered more ghosting for men, like one night stands. Yeah, but... What did it say? I think Google says it's the fear of confrontation.
Ooh, fear. Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah.
So,
and I think people ghost in like certain areas of their life. Like, say if you break up with somebody and you think it's going to be long term, but it's not long term, and you just hop over to the next person, and then when you and your ex get back cool, then you're like, oh, I got to cut this motherfucker off, and then you just, that motherfucker don't hear from you no more. That's like a hard ghost.
Yes, I feel you. Yeah. So, ask me if I've ever been ghosted.
Have you ever been ghosted?
Oh my God, yes. A lot of times. Now,
why?
Ask me if I've ghosted people. Hell yes.
I already know you ghosted people. I ain't even worried about that.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I want to know why people ghosting you.
It's mostly, ghosting me. I only know one thing in particular, because most of the time, obviously, when you get ghosted, you never get the opportunity to find out why, right? Now, I did ask one guy one time, and he said I was intimidating.
I can see that.
Damn, you supposed to say, not you, Jimmy, or whatever.
He was intimidated by your stature. He was intimidated by your presence, by your financial means, of how you carry yourself.
So he specifically said, we were on a dating app or whatever. So he did what I think it's our next one of our other episodes. We're going to be talking about how I research people online. Well, he did the same thing. So he found first of all, from my dating profile, the photos that were there, and then he found my Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And so he was saying that as he went through He was like, the very first thing he saw was my title, where is my, oh, that must be
Like the profile linking
Facebook.
thing
I think it just says,
about me.
No, it had my job, what I do for a living.
Okay.
So he was like, first of all, you a director. He was like, I work at a restaurant. He was like, I wash dishes. And I was like, I wasn't coming for you for your damn money. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? The other thing, he was like, as I'm scrolling through your Facebook albums and stuff, he was like, I see trips to Rome and Paris and
Doing
stuff
big
like that.
things.
He was like, he what did he say? He said something like, the farthest he's ever been was Vegas or something like that. So, you know.
Should have talked to Daddy. Daddy could have,
Listen, dumbass. Motherfucker could have, oh, sorry. He could have
Stupid.
came up, honestly. But anyway.
No, like if you get that genuine connection with somebody, like you upgrade their lifestyle.
And my thing, I have never closed the door to folks who
In a certain field.
right,
Or, yeah.
Because again, I'm not out here for somebody's money, right? I make my own, right? I'm not trying to, because it's a lot of folks that's trying to move in with people, but I'm not trying to move in with nobody because I got my own, right?
Right.
So, and I don't need a ride. I got a car or whatever the case may be. So the other person's finances has never
Been a
a
problem.
consideration really for me. So
Do you put that like in your little bio? Like, for like online dating?
I put stuff in there like, just be you. I'm the least judgmental person you ever want to meet, blah, 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 whatever, stuff like that. But I don't specifically say anything. I don't even mention like house.
Because you don't want to
car, or
attract
anything.
scrubs, too.
Right. Well, that too, right? So that was the only person that I actually got feedback from as far as why they ghosted me. So,
and what did you do after that? Did you?
I thanked them, because like I said, it had been a while. And by the way, by the time I circled back around to him and asked him that, he was actually now dating somebody because it had been a while. I just happened to come across his profile again. I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask him, like, you know what I mean? Because you get tired of it like over and over. But he said the main thing was I was intimidating. He said it looked like he couldn't sort of keep up with that our lifestyles didn't match up in that way.
Did he start dating another dishwasher or something?
Right.
I just want to know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
no
hey,
shade.
Listen, more power, wherever you are, brother, more power to you. I wish you well, and I thank you for the feedback. So
yeah, because it's needed. It's because you want to know what you're doing wrong. It's just like school. You're
not really. So let me tell you this. For me, I'm not. You know how I've had so many friends who, and it's not even a woman thing, but this has mostly been with my female friends. Like when they have broken up with somebody or been ghosted or whatever, like they want to know why. I want to get to the bottom of it. My thing is like, look, if this shit is over, I'm good.
Right.
What else we got to talk about? You know what I mean? I don't have to get down to the bottom of why, what went wrong. Well, what could I do better? I don't give a fuck. I mean, it just didn't work between us. So I'm good. I don't need that why.
It's a good man, Savannah.
What is that from?
Wait to Exhale when the mama was like, that's a good man, Savannah.
I can't with you. So that was the only time I got feedback. And like I said, I've ghosted people too. Mostly online has been the majority of them.
Because it's easier.
Yes.
Is it easier online than it is in person?
Oh, yeah. I think that's added a whole new element to dating now, obviously, because you do get to, from a distance, it's almost like you choosing some shit out of catalog, right?
Exactly.
But you also, if it's not going the direction you want it to go. Now, I'm not so harsh as to just end it abruptly online without saying anything. I will actually say, like, you know what? I think I'm going a different direction.
Oh, you do that?
I will, yeah. If we're actually communicating or whatever. Now, there's some things where when it starts to go left, I'm out there. I'm out of there. I'm not sticking around for that. So, and I'll tell you about some of those things. But in our first episode, we talked about people who present themselves one way, and then when you show up as a whole other person,
Exactly.
they done took that camera, got that camera angle just right where they big ass look like they're a size 2 or whatever. And
Because I've mastered it.
but see you cute.
Thank
you. Got your booty, you got your titties out over. I should, if I had gotten the memo, I'd have pulled mine out too.
Episode 2, we got to come strong, Jimmy.
Right. So that said, sometimes you get there and this person is a whole different person from who you, clicked, matched to or whatever, or you swiped right to, right?
Yeah.
And then you show up and you like, girl, what? I have a friend. This isn't a dating situation, but damn, I should not say this.
You ain't got to throw no names out there unless you
I'm not going to do the name.
Y'all want him
but
to throw the names?
with this,
Throw the names.
no, I'm definitely not going to say the name.
Okay.
But I'll just say I have a social media friend. I won't say whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever. But this person who was a former student of mine, who I've seen for years, and I know what she looks like. She is like a darker skinned person, like not quite as dark as this shirt, but Holly, baby, every picture you see of her, she's your color.
Why?
First of all, there's probably, this is why I didn't want to do this. There's probably a little bit of self-hate going on there, but
right.
Every single one of her pictures, you would think she's light-skinned.
I don't know why. I love a dark-skinned female. I don't eat no carpet or nothing, but their skin is just so nice.
Look, get me on vacation. I will be every shade. When they called us colored back in the day, they was talking about my black ass because I can be 4 different shades in one day. I be light-skinned in the morning, goddamn it, and caramel chocolate in the evening. So, but
I just be burnt. I be trying. I'm gonna put the bronzer on though.
You like my mama? Y'all clear?
Yeah.
Oh, I think my mama lighter than you.
I'm caramel.
So, when you present yourself in one way and then they're expecting what they saw online,
right.
And then in person it's a completely other different thing than what they expect, then hey, you should expect folks to disappear on you, ghost you, not call you back. Because I think I mentioned in that episode, I have a friend who sort of suffers from that, where she can't figure out why she never gets past the first date. And that's because when they show up, they see the real you. All of the real you.
All of the shade.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah, I mean, and that's understandable, because if you were on the other end of that, you'd be like, hold on, this is not is it left or right? I don't know. I didn't. Do you swipe right or left
if you don't want them,
and then swipe right if you do?
Listen, just to make sure, because there's usually also like an X or something you can do. Because I'm always afraid I'm gonna forget and swipe the wrong direction, which I have done by accident before. Now I got some 70-year-old. Hey, I see you like me. I was like, oh fuck, no, I didn't. Get your dusty ass off.
Who the fuck said you could get my shit? What the fuck vibe am I giving off that you up in my shit?
Right. So I sent you the one picture. You see the type of crazy stuff I get. But anyway. And then another thing, by the way, for ghosting, sometimes it might be for safety issue, or I'll say for cause. You know what I mean? This don't seem like the safest situation.
So
let me get out this jam. Yeah, and that could be in person or whatever. Like, you do that. Hey, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I've done, but anyway,
you've done that,
but not for that. I did it because the person was an asshole and started.
But that's
and something else. I'll tell you about that.
Oh my God, I thought that was like only in movies.
No, I did it. Now, one thing I did do is I paid before I left, though, because I didn't want to hear no shit about.
They ran out.
I left him with the bill or whatever.
I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna see this motherfucker no more. No way. Oh, well, chop it up.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, the very first time I got ghosted was, no, I'm saying I got ghosted. I'm sorry. The very first time that I ghosted somebody, this was before online dating. This was a long time ago. So I was at a party. It was a charity event. And I got in my company to donate during that time I was in the airline industry, so I had gotten my company to donate some airline tickets, like a travel package for the silent auction for that event, right? And so at the event, I just started remembering stuff about this. So at the event, they thanked me like over the thing, for the, I almost said the name of the airline. I'm not going to do that either. Them hoes.
Oh.
So I'm just joking. I had a wonderful time in my 27 years in the airline industry. So anyway, so they thanked me. So afterwards, there was this guy. I say his name. His name was Frank.
Oh, not you putting it out there.
Right. I didn't say his last name. So his name was Frank. And this, like I said, this is years ago, long before online dating and all that. So Frank makes his way over to me and he introduced himself. Hey, so you work in the airline industry and blah, 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 all this stuff. So we started talking, right? And we exchanged phone numbers. So there was this lady, I almost said her name too. I won't say her. She's a friend. She's actually, she's a Facebook friend actually, still.
Hey, girl.
So she was like, Frank is an asshole. She was like, Frank just uses people. So
she gave you the leg up.
Yeah, she was like, he will use you until he get what he want, and then he will just toss you to the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had that in the back of my head, but I didn't want to just judge him off what somebody said. I'm trying to be
give him a
fair
benefit
to
of the
Frank,
doubt.
right? Fuck Frank. Anyway, but I was trying to be fair to Frank. So we started talking on the phone, and I swear it started off with him. He's like, yeah, so you get buddy passes, right? And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, all right, so let's get back to.
Did he work for the airline too?
No, he didn't.
Okay, so he was just like a guest there.
He was trying to benefit from my benefits, right? So, we trying to get to know each other, whatever. We ain't even went on no first date, nothing yet. So I met him at the party.
He came out the door, actually,
right?
With his hand.
So, and I'm talking about we just a few minutes into the conversation. So that's where it goes. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Next time I talk to him, because we trying to set up, when we gonna meet and all of this stuff. He go right back to, yeah. So with the flight thing, do you have to be with me every time? No, that was another time after that. But he was asking, do I have to be with him when he travels and all this stuff?
Bitch, you said I was going to give it to you.
Right, So once I started seeing that it was going down that road I almost said her name, that the lady told me about, then I was like, yeah, you know what? I remember because then I don't even know if blocking numbers was a thing. I remember he would call. I just would not answer. Yeah, I don't think back then we had a real easy way to block like we do now.
Didn't we have to call the phone company or something like that?
I don't know.
Because people started calling private.
Yeah,
people started calling private because you wouldn't answer their number.
Right.
Okay.
But he just, like I said, he kept calling, I just faded out like, yeah, no, you're not finna sit here and use me. One thing I'm not is a tool.
And then, bitch, you're not even being discreet.
Right. I'm talking about, we can be talking about roses, and that shit would turn right back to, so can you use it to go to Europe? You know what?
How good that mouth is. That's what I've been. Bitch, you suck a good dick. You gotta suck a lot of dick to get to Europe, bitch.
Okay. You gotta get them air miles.
Oh,
So that was, my very first experience with Frank. And actually, if I'm being honest, that sort of cued me into something. You put me on to the Dr. Cheyenne Bryant and Nick Cannon situation. Now,
so much to unpack
let me
there.
say, yeah, there is a lot to unpack there. And I will say, I was with Nick, then I wasn't with Nick. Like, nah, Nick, you can't say that. Then I'm with Nick again. Like, yeah. Then he'll say something else. I'm like, fuck Nick. Why are you opening your mouth right now?
You really won't.
You want to support his
so bad, but you know it's fucked up.
And let me not call the man dumb. He's a good. I really do like him. Now, let me say this too, before I go any further. Remember when they were doing the Wild 'N Out tour or whatever? Yeah. So we went, and so in Chicago they had 2 shows that night. So we were at the first show. So me and my girl, we were there. I had gone to, because we were there early for the VIP reception and all of that stuff, right? Taking the pictures and stuff like that. So I left and went out to the concession stand. So I'm, getting our drinks, nachos, and all the stuff they got, right? Tell me why I come back in, and because I heard the show starting. I was like, damn, And the worst thing you can do at a comedy show is be coming down the damn aisle in the middle of a show, right? So here I am coming down the aisle, and I had on a suit jacket. I was dressed business casual almost, like out
but
for a
that's your
nice
signature
evening.
look.
That is me normally, right? So jacket, slacks, whatever. So I'm coming. I got two trays of food. I got drinks and all of this stuff. And it was Nick Cannon and what is his name? I can't think of the other guy's name.
DC Fly?
No,
DC
not him.
Young Fly.
But he's with them on that 87.
The bald guy?
No, I don't think he's
Carlos
bald.
Miller.
Carlos Miller. That's who it was. So I'm coming down the aisle with all this shit in my hand or whatever. And Carlos Miller like, look at him coming down the aisle. Look. And I look up and I was like, oh, fuck, they talking about me, right? So he was like, man, shut up. That's somebody pastor. I said, oh, he was like, man, shut up. Now, mind you, we had just been laughing with him before the show and all of this stuff.
God.
He was like, man, shut up. That's somebody pastor. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? He was like, man, that's Bishop T.D. Jakes. I was like, what the hell? First of all,
you should have got on that ass,
right?
Because bitch, don't play with me. I'm from K-Town.
So I'm still coming. Because obviously, what am I going to do? I'm still coming, and we right up front too. So that's the even worse, right? So I'm coming up, and he was like, look at all that shit. Oh, he got money. I was like, oh, hell no, right?
And do.
So that was the end of that little situation, right? I'm thinking that's the end of that, right? So we move on with life. Tell me why I get home. My son went to the later show. Yeah, so my son went to the later show. Afterwards, when he comes back, he gets a call from one of his friends from grade school.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, hey, your pops was at the Wild and Out show. They was going in on here, but it was funny though. And I was like, Lord, it is like you never know who looking shit. I was like, but anyway. So, but in either case, back to Nick Cannon and the Dr. Cheyenne Bryant situation. So I'm just going to play this. This reminded me of Fuckboy Frank. And,
Fuckboy Frank.
And this is what makes it difficult sometimes for women and men to trust folks, right? So let's just
and you wonder why Mariah left. Oh. But go ahead.
How Nick didn't leave? No. Okay, anyway.
Have I been manipulative and preying on certain things just because I'm a man?
Right. But not all men do that. We don't want to blanket off.
Man, and
all
I was
men
taking
do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man
Not in a
relationship,
praying way. Not in a praying way.
if I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this and this person has this, I'm going to do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But Nick.
Now, listen. First of all, this idea, that's that thing that people do when they project what they do on everybody else. Like the guy who cheats thinks everybody cheats. I remember somebody saying that. I think we were at work. He was like, well, everybody cheats. No, the fuck we don't. What? No, that's you. And the ones that's always, like I said, accusing the girlfriend or the boyfriend of cheating when they're the biggest cheater in the world, right? So I think we project. And when he said that, I'm a man and we manipulate, like that's just the nature of a man.
It was a bragging kind of, you know what it made me angry. And it made me angry because for one, it was like the lifestyle that he's trying to portray, or let me use the right word, portray, because I don't want nobody getting on me in the comments. Share a comment, make sure y'all get it right. What dumbass? Right. Bitch can't even say portray right. I've been drinking. But what give me what people what I don't care who nobody fucking or nothing like that. But when you ask people opinions, then I have to give my opinion. And a lot of people with the relationships or and like he is making broken families. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how you try to glorify it or what you try to say, because I have a childhood friend that's like that. You know, he has multiple girlfriends, and the thing that they try to project onto you is, oh, it's not just about sex. It's about, and it couldn't be, you know, like that's not my lifestyle. That's not what I do.
And for me, it's not even that. So the entirety of that interview, yes, you sort of see that. I was really just picking apart that one thing where he says that, you know, when a man sees something that he wants, then he gonna say whatever and do whatever to get it. No, the fuck people don't. You know, and that lends to that whole idea of like Frank, who, he gonna tell me everything he think I want to hear in order to get them damn flight benefits. Like, brother, if you don't
take the Greyhound, bitch,
right? Because that's all you're gonna be. Did I ever tell you I want to take the Greyhound one day? I've never been on a Greyhound, but I want to do a Greyhound. That's like literally on my bucket list of things to do. Yes.
It's dirty. I haven't always
I want it to be the worst experience ever. I want that shit to be like,
be on Yelp,
like Spirit Airlines. I want a motherfucker on there listening to music with no headphones. I want the bathroom to stink.
Babies crying.
I want it to be, yes, I want babies crying. I want it to go by on like on release day at the prison. I want a motherfucker getting on with their shoelaces in their hand. I want the full
stereotypic experience.
Yes, I want all of that. But anyway, how did we get sidetracked on that? But anyway, you know, when it comes down to that whole Nick Cannon thing, I just don't understand how you feel like it's okay to manipulate people and then try to accredit that as a trait of men. Like that's just something.
And that's what going back to, like, it felt like he took off his mask for a really. She got him out of his. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they try to make it seem like it's about family, it's about building a community, but she fucking caught him. He peeked behind that mask and he really said what the fuck he felt.
Yeah.
Oh, I like to manipulate. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fly you out. Like, okay. And guess what? At the end of the day, it comes from your insecurities because you know these bitches only with you because you got money, because of what you can do. If you ain't got shit, bitch, she not going to be with you. She not a Claire Huxtable.
Although I did see a picture of that thing one time of his.
I saw that too.
You saw it?
We put it in the group chat.
Anyway.
Put it in the group chat.
Moving on, we're going to get right back. First of all, I want y'all to know that Holly's husband is engineering this session, so what he's probably hearing back there is he probably rolling his eyes like, what the fuck? So, anyway, back to ghosting. I mentioned before that there was an instance in a restaurant where I walked out, right? So, there was this guy, he was a dentist, and there were a couple things that got me. So we started out online, and then from there we started talking on the phone, and then we decided to go to a restaurant. And it's a nice restaurant. It's a French restaurant in Chicago. It's kind of pricey, called Babette's if anybody wants to go. Anyway, so.
Wait, what you ordered?
I actually ended up not ordering anything.
Damn.
Because I ended up leaving. But I did pay. I left enough money where if he did orders, I left $200.
Play a shit.
So just in case. But in either case. So let me tell you why, though. So we get there. So this is our first time meeting in person. First of all, he was an asshole. Just looking down his nose, not to me, but looking down his nose to everybody.
White, black, Hispanic?
Black.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I remember saying almost to me, like, this dude is an asshole, you know, and I hate people. One thing when I'm dating somebody, now I have this thing where you don't give somebody a test without letting them know they're being tested. However, because they'll fail every time. However, one thing I will do when I'm dealing with somebody new, I will watch the way they treat service staff, like waitresses and stuff like that. And I will watch how they drive. Let me tell you about driving. When you watch how somebody drives will tell you everything you need to know about that person. That person that is aggressively getting in front of people, honking their horn and not letting people pass them, that is a person who gets shitted on in their life I'm telling you, that is a person who gets shitted on in life, and the only place they have a little bit of control
It's behind
is
the wheel.
behind the wheel of a car. So how dare you try to get... You ever been on the expressway and person is going 65 and a 70? So you know what? Let me just go around this person.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they speeding up
Yeah.
and won't let you.
Oh, so
Bitch, you weren't, you know... Oh, all of a sudden you got somewhere to go now, ho?
Right.
But again, the only place when they're aggressive like that, only place they have a little control is there. So when you got that person that has a husband or a wife that shits on them all day, got a boss that talk to them like they shit,
Whole day going to shit.
right? That's that person that's driving like that.
You
But
looking
anyway.
at it like, bitch, you finna tear your shit up.
Right.
No. Mm-mm.
So those two things. So in this case, I almost said his name. The dentist was. I'm trying to protect these hoes.
Fuck him. Fuck Frank.
Right.
Bring him out.
Oh, fuck Frank. I don't care about Frank. But anyway, so we get there. He was so rude to the waitress. Like rude, and all.
What
we
did
had,
you think he was doing? Did he think he was bigging himself up in your man? Like,
you know, I don't know. You know, no, I could tell.
but you
that
don't even
this
give
was
off that
just
type
him.
of energy.
No.
You give off such a loving and like good spirited energy. Like he should have felt like embarrassment for the way he was acting.
Well, they do say opposites attract. So I don't know if maybe that's what it was, but he was the opposite of anything I would do. I would not have done anything that, I'm going to say this damn name again. I would not have done, we're just going to call his ass the dentist. You know, but like I said, he was so rude, just ordering drinks and telling the waitress, well, you don't know the menu and all this stuff. Shit. Now, you know, the Knights of the restaurant, baby, they know that menu.
Yeah.
Because they looking for them tips, which can be pretty big at some of those restaurants, right?
Right.
So.
And then the really, really good ones, they don't even write it down. They just be, you know, like memorizing
Yeah,
that
oh
shit.
yeah.
I was like, what's the fuck?
So he was rude. He was rude to the host when we got there. He was rude to the waitress. I was like, this motherfucker is just rude. That's just all to it, right?
Yeah.
Then another thing that I know, and then just his conversation, everything was down here. I was like, this dude is a fucking loser. Like the sun
fuck do I get
rises
outta
and
here?
sets across his ass, and it don't.
Mm.
But the other thing, he's a dentist. That motherfucker was talking and he smiled and his teeth was so jacked up.
He
And
was
I
the
was
dentist.
like, how? My thing is this. How are you a dentist and you got messed up teeth? How are you a beautician and your hair fucked up?
That's wild.
How are you a real estate agent and you don't own a house?
I can't
How
believe
are
in you, bitch.
Right,
I don't-
right.
Look at me
So-
sliding my tongue across my side tooth that's missing.
Right.
I don't trust you.
You couldn't work in my mouth with
At
your mouth
all.
looking like that. His teeth were crossed like they were mad at each other. So, so that was another thing. But when the waitress came back to take our order,
Mm-hmm.
he was 10 times ruder than he was before. And I was like, oh, no. So after she left, and actually all she was doing, and it had been a while, but we were talking a little bit.
Yeah.
She came back, hey, have you done, just, like what they always do. And he went off on her like, you trying to rush us and blah, blah, blah. And all the money. I said, oh, wow. So after, she's like, okay, I'll be back or whatever. So after she walked away, I was like, hey, let me run to the bathroom.
She was white or she was his sister?
The waitress was white. After we left, after that, I was like, hey, I got to use the bathroom. And I was like, damn, I hope the bathroom is at the front. And I had been there before and I could not remember. I was like, but I'm going to hit this door. I'm gone. I'm done. So I talked to the host at the front and I was like, look, I came here with a complete asshole tonight. I was like, I do want to make sure that, so he's like, yeah, he looked at what table because we had reservations, whatever. And he was like, okay, I got it, whatever. So he called the waitress over and he was like, this is for whatever. He explained. And I just told her, I was like, I am so sorry. I was like, this
The
is
waitress?
the waitress. Yeah. I was like, this is my first time ever meeting him. I don't know him, but I have to apologize on his behalf. So whatever. I was like, so I hope this will cover, whatever he orders, and then, whatever's left is a tip for you or whatever,
Drop
or
the
keep
money
it all.
bag in the
Shit, I don't
comments
know.
for Jimmy, because
And then I left.
that was just so like stand-up-ish of you.
Well-
Because I'd have told the waitress, here go this money, bitch. Go ahead and pocket that. And then charge him for whatever the fuck, because I'm out of here.
Well, and hey, I was out the door, so she could have done that. And of course, we came in separate cars, so I blocked him on the dating site. I blocked his number and all that stuff. I never heard from his ass again. But it happened. So since we're on D's, since I moved here, there was a detective, but he actually ghosted me. Here I am the very nice, demure. That word keeps coming up over and over these days. But I, have never been really into the whole like one night stand thing. Not loose, not out here in these streets,
Not
'Cause
homely.
Look,
Not-
right. This coochie got to last me forever.
What I say, this shit got to
That's
last.
right. No, actually, first, nothing. We won't even get into that. It ain't happening. Whatever you got in mind for this coochie or whatever you want to call it. What they call it, a bussy. Like, what is that? Anyway, so.
Not the pussy.
So,
Oh my God.
so I'm talking to this dude on the dating site. We're going back and forth. And finally I say, you know what, Jimmy? You never just let go and just do your thing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be a hoe. Because it was clear that he was very...
No, you was finna say you're going to be a hoe. Fuck it.
He-
Winning
he
nowadays.
was right.
Let me just...
Right. So, because he had said, like he wasn't interested in whatever.
Mhm.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. So he was like, all right, I'm going to text you the address or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm ready. I was like, you know what? Let's do this, right?
Yeah.
Motherfucker never text me the address, right? So I'm like, okay. So time goes by. Text him like, hey, didn't get the address. Radio silence. Like,
Bitch, now you done got me hot and bothered.
I done finally decided to be. I said, if this ain't God telling me you ain't built to be a hoe.
Shut up, God. I'm trying to be out here in these streets, bitch.
Nope. God stepped in. God cut off his cell phone or something. I don't know.
He
but-
probably was creeping. That's probably what the fuck it was. He was creeping.
Well, I done ran into that.
Yeah.
These married dudes or whatever. And let me tell you something about the married dudes that's sneaking around. They ain't never the top. They always the bottom. They always
Really?
getting drilled in these streets.
What Janice say? Oh, so you doing the bending?
Oh, wow.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Right. Oh, yeah, on the Tyler Perry movie,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I can't believe, first of all, Michael Early, how the fuck did you throw them kids out the window? I'm just so upset. I used to
Goodness.
love you in barbershop.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, we back on topic.
That was a character, not.
No.
Okay, anyway. So in that case, I got ghosted. Another time.
Well, you really can't call it ghosted.
Well, he
You can and you
never
can't.
responded again. He cut off all communication. So when we look at that definition, he cut off all communication.
Okay, yeah.
He didn't have an explanation. I just never heard from him again, even when because first of all, don't get it twisted. This fat bitch over here ain't gonna ever be sweating nobody, right? At all, right?
At all.
So, but I'm just reasonably concerned or whatever, trying to figure out what happened. But then after like that second time, I'm like, well, hey, it wasn't meant
Did
to
it
be.
say delivered?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. But, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, that was the good God above telling me that you ain't got
What
no
was it,
business.
Jimmy?
The good God above telling me that hoe ain't in your future. So that was that. There was the fetish guy. Excuse me. Let me stop cursing, y'all. I got to behave. No, I don't. So the fetish guy was.
Okay. Are you open to fetishes?
Let me say this. We have a whole episode on fetishes
Okay.
coming up. So
Make
I'll
sure
save
y'all
it for
tune in.
then. Anyway, so this particular guy had a fat person fetish, basically. He's super skinny. He has this thing where he wants to feed me. He not up.
I don't know. I like food. I like Thai beef dip, cheese,
No.
hot peppers, mild sauce.
My
some
thing is
fries.
this, look, I love a meal. Bitch, we can go to a restaurant, but when it comes to, like, when you feeling like,
Like
an
fork
object
feeding?
or whatever, no. Wait, what?
He want like fork feed
No.
you?
Oh, yes. He wants to feed me. He wants to rub my belly.
Oh, no, that's too far.
Yes. And while having sex, he wants me to be eating and all this. I'm like,
Oh, my God. No,
Dude,
you
no.
are lying.
I am not lying.
Wait, so, okay, we have to back
Ooh, I
up.
almost said.
We have to back up.
Will I say
Because
his
with
name?
stuff like this, right,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, like, okay, everybody has their kinks.
Yes.
I like
Mhm.
dirty talk. Like,
Yes.
you know, when you with somebody, like, you have those conversations because you want to be able to, you know, fulfill that person's
Yes.
thing. But when you're dating somebody or you're just meeting somebody, do you come off the back and be like, yeah, I like for you to eat while I fuck you.
So
I
here's
wanna
the
rub your
thing.
stomach while I put
There-
donuts down your throat, bitch.
There
Like,
are
what?
a lot of fetish-focused sites out there. And the way I see it, if that is something you're into, you either, like you said, put that on your profile,
Right.
or that should be earlier in the conversation. It was one of those things. It was almost like Frank ass, where he just kept sliding it in there, sliding.
Right. What was Frank fetish?
This
Frank
motherfucker
fetish was trying to get them planes.
Frank's fetish was travel, goddamn.
Right.
So Frank wanted to be a suitcase, bitch. So, but Andrew, oh shit, not. I didn't mean to say his name.
Frank wanted to be a suitcase.
Right. So,
Oh my God. Fuck
anyway,
you, Frank.
right. So, but the other guy, like I said, I should have known about that before, we started talking, because I was like, okay. And I'm talking about, we talking every day or whatever, and it kept leading back to food. And I noticed that, like, we'll be talking, and then he'd be like, so I can rub your belly, right? Of course you can. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course you can rub my belly if you want to. And that's how it started, right? And he's like, and you'll let me feed you? Fuck. What do you mean? Like, take me out? Like, I don't know what.
Did you keep a straight face? I would have been at home, like, reading that shit, like.
Listen, first, it was one of those, like, where you kind of stop and go, fuck is he? Huh? What? So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm just misinterpreting this, So I asked clarifying questions. Like, are you talking about going out to a restaurant? No. While we do it, I want to feed you. The fuck? I want to do fellatio on you. I'm trying to be calm for the heterosexual engineer here.
Oh my God.
I want to
I'm
feed
hot.
you while I'm doing fellatio on
Jimmy.
you. And I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking the logistics of that.
The logistics.
So you doing that, and you got a fork up here in my mouth, bitch? Like, what the fuck?
Wait.
How does it work?
Jim, you are so sophisticated because you followed up with questions to clarify.
Yes.
I would have been screenshotting, putting that shit in the group chat with my bitches, with Brittany, Kiera, and all of them. Like, Tabby, bitch, look at this
That's
shit.
your whole clique.
Look at that. That hoe would have been in the group chat so quick. Like, what I'm supposed to say, y'all? Because, but you don't want to judge people at the same time. But it's like, like you said, the logistics of that is what?
I think there was one person I told about that.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I told her or not, but anyway. But
What did
yeah,
you say
that
to
was
him?
that was a person I ghosted. So eventually I ended up cutting off all communication. And I, unfortunately, because of how we started, he had my phone number and my messenger.
So you had to
So-
on both.
He just kept sending messages, and I didn't want to just block him or whatever. First of all, I needed time to figure out what I was going to do. But then when this motherfucker kept talking about sandwiches and shit, you know what? I was like,
I'm
yeah,
only hit
we
you up
gonna-
when I'm hungry.
And I just exited stage left. I blocked him on everything.
What
or
did he do
whatever.
for a living?
No, I won't say that because it will. He was in construction type stuff. I'll say that.
What was his nationality?
What was his what?
Nationality.
Oh, he was white.
Mm.
that was here.
Do you think like, because sometimes, you kind of want to have an open mind to stuff.
I do have an open mind, but we'll talk about that in the fetish episode.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God, this is getting so juicy. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't want to know another fetish, and we'll talk about that in that episode too. Another fetish, since I've moved here, that is another thing that will cause me to ghost you, is the black like these people. It's one thing to say, I'm white and I'm open to a relationship with a black person. Love is love. If you find somebody, whatever, right? But it's altogether different when it's that whole, I'm looking for a thug. And then you have some folks just the opposite of that, and we'll talk about that in the fetish episode, who have that white power fetish where they, they're white, you're black, they want you to call them master and all, whatever. So that type of thing. But that black thug thing is more common than you would think. The minute I start seeing the messages, I want your big black cock in me, and I was like, you know what? Let me exit stage left now.
Wait, those who know Jimmy.
You said what?
Wait, those who know Jimmy know Jimmy. Jimmy, I want you to give me your impression of the big black gangster cock.
What? No.
Give me your impression of what you think they were looking for.
What?
They wanted you to be like, yeah, bitch, get on
yo, motherfucker. You're right. And I'm like, oh my God.
Like, no.
Right. That's not me.
Bitch. I'm
not me at all. So,
but you know what? What's so surprisingly, like, all jokes aside, that just does not show up in the, I want to say, like, bedroom or the fetish world. That shows up like in the corporate world too, because I am one of 3 black people that work for my company, like national wide, like 3. It's 3 of us, and whenever something racial happens, it's so funny to me because I had a coworker, and I guess like somebody, a customer or whatever, or a client requested that they made it very clear. They only wanted to market to the whites. They did not want to market to the black community or the Mexican community. And they did not specifically say black or Mexican. They said white. Well, no, they said that, but they said Spix, and I want to, they went back, so this motherfucker had to be like a little old or whatever. But, and it was like, I want the picture of only whites. We do not blah, blah. And by her being white, now she could have been the most sincere person ever, but she came to me, and because I'm one of the black people there, she wanted to make it a point to prove to me, like, did you know what this client just said? This client just said, blah, blah, blah. And to me, it's just, I'm just like, oh, what? Really? Yeah. Okay. So it just doesn't happen sexually. It happens professionally.
Remember,
too.
I've been in corporate America for a very, very, very long time. And I've had so many of those conversations. Even school, college, I still remember when my campus, there were not that many black people. So, I remember people would come up with just the oddest comments like, hey, I heard Stevie Wonder yesterday. Oh my God, he's awesome.
Hey, bitch, what?
I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yes.
Did you know he's blind, but he can play the piano? Bitch, you've been doing it since the 60s. What the fuck? It just be anything black that they can connect to. But, I understand that, a lot of times people don't have exposure to a certain community, especially with college where you have people coming in from all over. And now they're in the big city and they see this big old black man. Let me tell them about the last black thing I saw.
Like, why
but I
do you
just
feel...
used to crack.
Yes, that is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. And a lot of times it was innocent, but still. But I want to talk about the psychology of ghosting. Like, is it healthy? Because it can be a relief, right? For the person who's doing the ghosting, that is like, I'm not dealing with that, right? But it could also make you feel guilty as well. And then also, you have to also consider that when a person gets ghosted, that could be hurtful to them.
How that
They could
makes
feel
them feel.
disrespected or whatever. But then even from their perspective, it might be kind if they can't deal with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick song break. And since I was talking about my ghosting, I feel like such an asshole for ghosting. So I'm going to play a song called I'm a Jerk. Y'all listen to this. And this is how I felt after this little segment. All right.
Conceited. A high opinion of one's own abilities or worth. Yeah, that's me. See, I done got mine. Bitch, get yourn. So fuck on. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a jerk. 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 I walk into a room, don't even speak to you. When you say hi, I walk right by, I don't acknowledge you. That's being on my level. Get on my level. Get on my level. Get out my way. And if you're wearing something bogus, I'm gonna let you know. And if your feelings might get hurt, then turn around and go. 'Cause I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You a loser. I wasn't always this way. I used to be a nice guy that everybody wanted to be around. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. 5 MCs in a Tonka truck, 3 in the back, 2 in the front. Blazing kush, raising up blunts. Fuck the club, it's a party in the parking lot. Turn the music up, y'all, now we having a ball. Tell the DJ pick the beat up if it happens to fall. Put my meat up in the pita when she back in my balls. Gotta look up on my face like I'm crapping my drawers. This shit, I love it. So much attention like I was shitting in public. Oh, did I mention that I was shitting on cuz? Till I get some respect, you fake it in the $5 chain you wear on your neck. You nigga wrong, nigga gone, nigga get you some biz. You feeling grown, nigga gone, nigga get what your kids getting it on. Nigga no, nigga spitting like this. I'm in his zone, nigga blown, nigga sipping your D. I wasn't always this way. I used to be a nice guy that everybody wanted to be around. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I got burned so many times that people did me wrong, and I used to be a nice guy that everybody wanted to be around. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk.
All righty. Welcome back. All right. So we are getting back to it. So that was a song, I'm a Jerk Again, available on iTunes.
Go get that.
Go get it. So we want to get back into it. So again, we want to talk about sort of the psychology behind ghosting. First of all, is it disrespectful to the other person? Do we owe them an explanation when we have decided this is not for us?
Shows lack of immaturity and communication.
Lack of immaturity or a lack of maturity?
That's what I wrote down in my notes. No, because I really had time to sit down and think about it. But that's from my point of view.
Yeah.
I when I ghost people, like I said, it comes from a point of like, I just don't want to confront it because I'm back with whoever I'm back with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's immature of me because I should have sat down, and even not had to sit down, but I should have had the conversation of, look, this was fun. You know what I'm saying? I was in between, whatever. But that makes the other person feel bad, and I'm a shitty person for that.
Gotcha.
Reflecting.
No, but I feel you though, because for me, like I said, in some cases, like I said, if it's for for cause,
You had a
then
good
I don't
cause.
owe you shit.
You don't.
Right. If it was another situation where I was just like, okay, what is this? What is this? Right. And I'm like, let me back away from this because this ain't for me. If that person was to somehow get back in touch with me, I would tell them, why if they asked. But
because that's the scary part. Because when you see this person again, it's more of how do you react? Are you with somebody or are you by yourself when you see this person? And what if this person is bold enough to come up to you to be like, oh, yeah, so you with Whoop the Bam right here.
They don't want to do that with me.
That K-Town gonna come out, Jimmy.
Don't let this gay shit fool you. Don't let this sophisticated shit fool you.
Period.
I will beat your ass.
Beat your ass.
So, but no, that I wouldn't be too concerned. Like I said, I think sometimes an explanation might be due, but in most cases, like, look, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Too, everything ain't gonna work out for everybody.
But why is it a game? Because then we complain about the game, but then we play it.
Right. Well, I would just say with dating, there is the possibility that could happen, that somebody ain't interested in you. And that doesn't mean that they're going to take the time to tell you why and all of that. So that's that. Now, when we ask the question, is it hurtful to the person that's being ghosted, of course, then obviously, yeah, it could be. But let me tell you, for one thing, in a lot of those instances that it happened to me, I've taken it first of all, my approach in life, period, is everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen,
Amen.
right? I don't believe in accidents, mistakes, luck, and all of that. Things happen the way they are supposed to happen. And if you just disappeared out of my life or whatever without explanation, I'm good with it. Because maybe I just dodged a bullet. Maybe that was God stepping in and saying, yeah, this ain't for you, dog. You don't want this in your life.
What if it was good, though? What if the sex was good?
I ain't never got that far and got go. First of all, you fuck with me on that level, you ain't leaving. I'm going to leave you. I'm just saying. I'm just going to put it out there. So, what? Shit. If we done got that far,
it's something to it, right?
I had you looking for me with a flashlight in the middle of the desert in the daytime, shit. So now the only time that I was bothered by being ghosted is if it was somebody I thought there was a future with or whatever. You know what I mean?
The possibility.
So you're like, wait, I thought we were, a good match. But other than that, I'm good. Like, I'll take it as, I'll just consider it, like I said, it just wasn't meant to be. I mean, I still do that with those other ones, but when it comes down to saying, hey, I saw a future with this person, or I could see but I think that's why people,
but I think that's why people have people on the back burner. So it's not necessarily ghosting; it's ghosting them for that time being, because now, that's your plan B now.
I have a good friend who always encourages me to date multiple people, right? Mm-hmm. So that, like you said, there's options or whatever. Yeah. I don't have that type of. Well, I have focus but I don't know. I can't sit around juggling people. So I'm a one at a time type of guy.
It's the era, I think.
Or
not the era.
She's been telling me this for about 15 years. But anyway, I just can't juggle it like that. I say juggle it right as you adjusting your titties.
Maybe the whole phase in you. And you know what?
I never had a whole phase.
But see, this is what I want people to separate whole phases. Mm-hmm. I think when I say whole phases, let me make this very clear. When I say whole phases, I mean just a phase in dating. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't necessarily have to have sex with that person. If you want to, you want to. But it don't necessarily have to mean sex. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But is the whole phase that I'm talking about, maybe you wasn't in your whole phase yet when you was like, okay, this person is for this person is for that. But maybe you need to see that, because it all comes about like how we was groomed to date.
Right.
Then the last episode, we talked about, am I enough? And, you know, things like that. Like, how were we groomed or what was we raised to believe in? Because it was just more of, I'm a little tipsy, but
Drunk ass. No. But no, I feel you. I feel you.
did we start dating at a younger age?
Did who start dating at a young age?
Just in general.
Did I start dating at
Yeah.
a young age? Started working at a young age.
My late ass.
Ooh. Anyway, maybe that was the problem. I got it in early and then no.
Do you think that makes like a difference?
It made the difference it made for me was when everybody else was thirsty and whatever. I'm like, yeah, been there, done that, whatever.
Right.
So, wrote the book. I had a girl. Oh, should I tell this?
Tell it.
I had a.
I'm here. I'm gonna get the tea for y'all. Come on, Jimmy.
I
tell
had
it.
a girl back. Everybody got a past. Everybody got a past. There was a time when them vagina. I don't know why them vaginas disgust me so much now, but back in the day, I was good with them. And there was this song. I remember this girl. She asked me to come over her house after school. Damn, this was high school. I'm not gonna say her name. Shit. Anyway, she had asked me to come over her house after school, and I remember this song was on. Remember that? And if I ever fall
Boyz II Men?
in love. No, it was Shy. Shy was the name of the group.
Okay.
And at the end, it has these high notes. Something you would never be my friend. My friend.
Yeah.
That. So she was like, you think you could hit those notes? I was like, this hoe over here trying to get some, whatever. So I was like, yeah. She was like, you can hit the high one. Then I give you some. Like, okay.
Yeah, you did that, motherfucker.
Did. And did, right?
Comment below and did.
Ooh, anyway, that was a long time ago. High school was a long time ago, people. So anyway, but moving on. But how did we get on that? I don't even know how we got on that either. But anyway, when it comes to ghosting, the last sort of question I think is, can it be a kindness that you're offering that other person? Because, like I said, some people can't take rejection.
Man.
Some people can't take what what areas they didn't fulfill. Now, other people look at it as constructive and want to know, okay, well, I know to do better or present myself in a different way, all of that. But, and also too, it might be a way to safeguard somebody's mental health, because
Because do you think if you would have went back to the table?
It's because your pussy stank.
I can't fuck with you, bitch.
They might take it hard.
Yeah. But I bet you she watched that motherfucker the next time.
Maybe.
She gonna watch it the next time. She gonna do what she's supposed to do for the next person. But do you think if you would have went back to the table and told the guy, like, look, and remember what my note said? My note,
You talking about
what
the
did
dentist.
I say? Lack of maturity and confrontation. I don't think it's maturity. I think it's just confrontation.
Yeah.
Because
Well, not for me, though.
really,
I've never had a problem with confrontation. There's some people who are non-confrontational, right? I don't have a problem with it. Like, first of all, I'm not going to sit up and argue with nobody or
At
anything
all.
like that, ever. So, if you say A and I say B, then what are we fighting over?
right.
You believe one thing, I believe something else. So
Which
I've
I'm
never
okay
had
with.
that issue.
Yeah.
I also have never had the issue of, confronting somebody about something like, hey, it is what it is. You ain't gonna whoop my ass. So
Say it again, Jimmy. That's my motto. 'Cause
not
what?
ever gonna whoop this ass. So
Oh, okay.
ever, right?
Ever?
Listen, you might be the baddest person out there. I might be able to whoop your ass. You might be able to whoop my ass. But I'm telling you, we'll be out here all day trying to find out. Because I'm not
Chitty,
just
chitty,
going to
bang,
stand up
bang.
and take no ass whooping. I know that. So,
Mhm.
but anyway, I think bottom line when it comes to being ghosted, people are, I mentioned this in our first episode, people are responsible for their own mental health, right?
Yeah.
Self-esteem is esteem of your damn self, right? So you do have to make sure that you have all the mental guards in place and all that. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that I want to, I'm still very kind in the way I treat people. And that's just in general. I don't ever want the thing that I said or did to be the last straw that caused you to jump off a bridge or
Right.
whatever.
Don't
right?
put that on me.
And mess up somebody's car when you land. Stop it. So I don't want to be responsible for somebody doing some unaliving themselves. Let's say that. All right. So I don't need that on my conscience. So I would never say anything hurtful to anybody. But again, you have to be responsible for your own mental health. So
Because you don't know what people are dealing with.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, when I think about the sum of this, so I think about all the times I've ghosted people and the different reasons why. I have to ask myself then, am I an asshole? So I would say no. I think the biggest reason is when somebody has been an asshole.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, at that point, it's fair game.
It is.
And the other thing is that I've definitely been ghosted more times than I've actually ghosted people, right? And mostly online stuff, which, I mean, if it's at the phrase, well, we ain't even met in person,
That don't even count.
who cares, right?
Yeah.
So I want to thank you all for joining us. So today we talked about ghosting, and I shared some of my experiences with ghosting and being ghosted, right? But hey, it is what it is. So I'd like to thank you. And if you can still stand me, I want you to join us every week for another episode, because the next one is going to be juicy. I want to thank Holly as usual. For being here, and we will catch you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe.
I see you hanging around, but I don't have much to say to you.